What's going on YouTube, and welcome back here to another day, and we are going to be doing another theme park tour. Today we are going to be visiting EPCOT here in the MC Parks Disney Minecraft server, the one-to-one scale recreation of Walt Disney World. So, like I said, today we're visiting my favorite park, which is indeed EPCOT. EPCOT has a very rich history in Disney lore. EPCOT is the second park to open in Walt Disney World of the four parks. It opened October 1st of 1982. Now, the previous names of the park, EPCOT Center was 1982, its opening till 1993. And then it was also called EPCOT 94 and EPCOT 95 for those 2 years. It was also called EPCOT with the lowercase EPCOT lettering, and that happened for a while. And then recently, for their 30th anniversary, Disney decided to bring back this fountain that we're actually looking at here today. And they also decided to rename it EPCOT Center. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, the Diamond Lion, you're thinking too much. Why is it called EPCOT Center? EPCOT Center was supposed to be the center of EPCOT, which was originally going to be a prototype city of tomorrow. And that is where EPCOT gets its name, the experimental prototype city of tomorrow. Now, this was all Walt's vision of EPCOT. It was originally going to be, like I said, it was supposed to be a kind of an experimental community, and I don't think it was ever going to work, which is kind of a shame, right? Because you always want to think Disney, the innovator, would always find a way to make things work. But I just don't know if EPCOT was ever going to work. And it ended up becoming a world showcase, and it was called the Future World. Future World West and Future World East. So Future World West used to be where World of Discovery is today, right? Guardians of the Galaxy, Test Track, Mission Space, that all used to be Future World East. Future World West. And then, and then in Future World East is where we have Living with the Land, Living with the Seas, and Imagination Pavilion. So today in EPCOT, this is all world nature. So you've got Living with the Seas. Moana isn't done yet, but Moana is right here, the Journey of Water. Hopefully that'll be finished soon, and we could come back and see that. They also have my favorite pavilion, which is Living with the Land, and of course, Journey into Imagination. And that is all part of this little area here. Also in the middle, and I've talked about this before, but the only land opening that I have ever been to personally, on my most recent Disney trip, I went to when they opened World Celebration. I was at Disney World when that opened. It's one of the more disappointing land openings, I would say, in recent Disney history, but technically I was there when the land opened. So obviously this is World Celebration here, where we're at now. They did a really nice job. It's a lush green area, but there's really not much to do here. And I hate to say that, but it's missing something from old EPCOT, which is the things that you actually do. And as beautiful as, they actually did the recreation of this, which is incredible. But it just feels like things are missing here. You know, they've got this kind of interesting, tree thing. You obviously have the Walt Disney statue called Dreamer's Point, which is also really cool. But there's not much context. There's not much to do here. You obviously have Connections Cafe, Connections Eatery, the whole Starbucks area over here. And they also have, I think it's called Connection Shop, which is the Creation Shop, this over here, which I also got to visit on my most recent trip. And as much as it's kind of, a lot of people think it's very sterile and there's not much Disney here, it's not like Mouse Gear used to be. But these portraits here, they are actually in there, and it is pretty cool. Like I said, it's definitely not like old Mouse Gear, but it's a replacement. Obviously, the other parts include World Showcase, which is a huge part of this park. Now, World Showcase is all of the different areas. You've got Mexico, Morocco, France, Italy, Germany, Canada, Japan, China, and the United Kingdom. I think those are the places. And the American Adventure, right? You have America. In the middle here is the Seven Seas Lagoon, which right now has Harmonious, which I also got to see the opening night of Harmonious, Symphony of Us. It was pretty cool, but I'm not that type of person that fits that demographic of that show, so I think it's a serviceable replacement to Illuminations, but it is not Illuminations. I am going to sit here and tell you that it is not the same. It tries, but it's not the same. What are some other little things? Oh, there was also going to be other World Showcase pavilions. There was going to be a full-on continental Africa, which there's a small little kiosk, but not a legitimate area like it was meant to be. There was also supposed to be I think it was Soviet Union or Russia. Obviously, in the 90s, we had the Cold War, so that kind of got put on the back burner. There was also going to be most recently, there was supposed to be Greece, and I want to say Brazil. I think it was Brazil. So there have been a lot of different themes for what they could potentially put in World Showcase, but they never expanded. We eventually got places like Norway that came in later, but it wasn't. At this point, it is an original. We haven't seen more areas, and the reason for that is because they were looking for government sponsorships from the different pavilions to build these areas, and it just didn't happen the way Disney had hoped. So we have the lands that we have, but I wouldn't expect to see too much more. Obviously, the famous World Festivals every year, they have seasonal events at EPCOT. Most recently, on my most recent Disney trip, I saw the Festival of the Holidays, which was incredible. They have different storytellers of, telling the different Christmas stories and things like that. It was incredible. I also got to see the Candlelight Processional, which is here at the American Gardens Theater. Also incredible. I do not think I'll be seeing it again, but I'm glad I got to see it once. Also, for the Flower and Garden Festival, I think they have the Food Rocks or some kind of show like that back here. And they do have some pretty cool stuff back here. The funnel cake stand, I love coming to this stand. How much are the funnel cakes? Let's see. Funnel cake for $20. I'll buy a funnel cake. That's fine. I'll buy one funnel cake just to try it. Let's see. Do I have it? Oh, I actually do have a funnel cake. That's pretty cool. Satisfy your sweet tooth with this classic treat. Very cool. But like I said, I've really grown to appreciate this area as I've gotten older. Now that I can drink, I'm over 21. The different food options, it's just more of something that I can appreciate now that I'm older, right? There's not a ton of roller coasters and attractions and characters everywhere, but that's what makes EPCOT so different than all the other theme parks. And I hate to see Disney trying to make it more of a Magic Kingdom park because it was never meant to be that. But, I think of the parks, a lot of people see EPCOT starting to become the more outdated park, and it is a shame, but see more changes to EPCOT over the next 10 years. Hopefully they'll update, at the very least, at the Imagination Pavilion and, keep Figment there, but add different context to it. I think the whole Communicore Hall and Innoventions area is a mess, but hopefully Disney fixes that. This is International Gateway here. You can actually go to the boardwalk and the Yacht and Beach Club hotels over here, as well as the Swan and Dolphin. So there's a lot of different things you can do over here. I had Skyliner access to the Caribbean beach from here, so that was really a cool perk that I was able to go to International Gateway and actually use this area. I've never used this area before. like I said, Disney has a lot of history with this area. EPCOT didn't become the EPCOT that I think Walt wanted it to become, but like I said, I don't think that was ever really possible or feasible. But I think he would be happy with how it turned out today. It is a very successful park, just I don't think necessarily in the way that Walt maybe expected it to be. So that's going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it and kind of our tour of EPCOT. I'll be doing tours throughout EPCOT, going through each pavilion and things like that over the next little while, but those are videos that'll be in the future, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and if you would like to join our Disney Q&A series, that's another series I have here on the channel. I answer your guys' questions, so if you have any questions for me to answer about Disney or Minecraft or MC Parks, let me know down below. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.